My next show.
What's good, my beautiful people, and my ugly people as well? You're about to watch an episode of Charlie Sloth's wrap-up. Now, the show normally lives on the iPlayer, but it only lives there for 30 days, and my beautiful friends from outside of the UK can't watch the show, so now we're bringing it here to YouTube. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Now remember, if you want to watch exclusive episodes of the wrap-up, you've got to go to the BBC iPlayer. You can do that by clicking right here. You see that there? Magic, fam, man's like dynamo. I'm a magician. Inside the wrap-up, cuz, get involved. Welcome to another amazing episode of Charlie Sloth's Wrap Up, your weekly dose of everything that's popping in the world of hip-hop, rap, and grime. Say hello to your mum if you're a hater. High five if you're a moneymaker. If you don't watch the show now, it's on the iPlayer, so you can watch it later. And today, it's all about Maverick Sabre. Oh gosh, what an interesting week it's been this week. Man like Big Nasty has been hanging out with Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. Real talk. Justin Bieber even replied on Twitter to Big Nasty using his catchphrase, bass. In other news, Bugsy Malone and Chip are still going head to head. This after this after this. How will it end? Will it end? Apparently there's rumors that the two are about to go head to head in a very, 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 very special clash at Wembley. Is it true, or is it just a rumor?
Numbers make people go broke. Now we got a pop star talking like he's real. 5 months, yeah, man, a man took too long. 5 hours, let it bang, another tune gone.
Let's check out this week's new releases.
Nah, fam, you ain't that dude, you ain't. My big bro Lethal brought me on tour last year, just sold out, man. Okay. I said, Lethal, how I get a car like that? He said, trust me, it's all in the mind.
So girl, them sing. Box of the rose, Chamson sing. Badman sing. Which man I want a bad man sing? Must have been chest day. Absent sing.
You was there through the struggle, so I'ma always give you trouble.
It's 5 in the morning and I know it's you calling.
Today on the show, we've got an exclusive acoustic performance from Maverick Sabre and a real in-depth interview. But right now, let's check in with this week's in-house producer who goes by the name of JiKay. Man like JiKay, what's going on, bruv?
Yo.
Good?
Cool, man. You?
I'm good, bruv. First things first, where's the name come from?
My name's JiKay. There's nothing special.
Yeah? Put it together. So how long have you been producing for?
Story there. I've been doing music since I was a kid. Yeah. My dad was in music, I was in bands, I was a drummer. Yeah, I just took it more serious last few years.
What records have you been responsible for?
My most recent single is a tune called Take Me.
Now, you've got a massive YouTube channel as well, right?
So yeah, I run a YouTube channel called All Trap Music. Started that like 3 years ago. And we're a label now too. We release a bunch of different smaller artists, bigger artists. We've got some compilations.
So you've got 3 beats for me to hear today, right?
We've got 3 beats for you.
What's the first record?
Called Mass Appeals.
That is sick, bruv. Real different. I don't even know where that sits. Musically, it's just different.
Future.
That is dope, bro. The drop as well, the build up, everything's sick about that. What's the second one?
This is a grime thing I did with my guy from Sheffield.
What's it called?
Joystick.
That's sick as well. The snares cut through, the little bass transitions. That's tidy, bro. What's number 3?
Big up. This one's a little wild.
Yeah, that's sick. The drum patterns, the atmosphere in it, the synths that come in, that's sick. I think, you know what? All 3 are sick, but I'm definitely gonna go with number 3, Parkway, the trap vibe. Big record, bro. Done now. So right, the show you're about to hear that right here on the wrap up, man, like JiKay. So now I'm joined in the basement by the one and only Maverick Sabre. What's going on, brother? You good?
All good, you?
Good? I'm good, bro.
Good.
How you been, man?
Been very well. A couple of years off, but yeah, that couple of years was the work and the process needed to kind of put back into the second album. So yeah, good, excited.
Now let's talk about that. It's been 3 years since the debut album. The debut album was massive. Real groundbreaking stuff. How much have you put into this new album?
Everything I've learned in the last 3 years, you know, that's what I've put into the record. I travelled quite a lot, played with different musicians around the world. I went Jamaica, went to Africa for the first time. I spent a lot of time in New York. And yeah, just experimenting, to be honest. The main thing for me was growing up a bit myself. That's why I took myself away for a bit. I felt like I was cheating people by going in straight away into a second album, because what have I got to speak about? You know, I've given my 21 years in my first record, and what am I going to write about on the second? What, at the back of a tour bus or on the back of an Adley cab or something, you know what I mean? What have I got to write about? Yeah, I took myself away, you know, and connected with people who, you know, eventually came on the album, like Joey Badass and Chronics, and connected with them people along the way, and, you know, made some music that's, for me, was really powerful.
Now, Mav, let's take it back to the beginning for you, Maverick Sabre. How did it all start for you, bro?
I was an Irish hip-hop MC when I was 14. Yeah, that kind of gave me the groundings in Ireland, you know, because it was quite a small scene. I was supporting like The Game and G-Unit when I was about 15, 16, and moved back to London when I was 17. The kind of UK hip-hop scene and grime scene, to a certain extent, you know, really took me in, and that's where I got my grounding over here. You know, people may have heard me first on Jungle with Professor Green and Inside with Footsie from Newham Generals, and that was my kind of grounding. Signed when I was 19 to Universal and put out Lonely Out of Brave, and that's kind of where we're at right now, yeah.
Let's find out what happened this week down at BBC Radio 1 Extra. Now, this week has been a real exciting week. If I told you who come through, you might get slightly gassed. But I don't need to tell you, because I can show you. Check it out. 3 records that you would have put into this movie as the soundtrack, hip-hop records, what would you have chosen?
It would be easier to say, to pick artists rather than albums. And I'm old school, and I will easily say, Notorious, Big IG.
Oh gosh.
Biggie Small for sure. Jay-Z and Wu-Tang.
Brand new Robbie finna race it. I ain't not the killer you should play with. This year I turned into a racist. All I wanna see is green faces. All I wanna count is green numbers. Man, it's getting weird, looking like the Matrix. Gave them high power, always trying to prosper. Only took a little bit of patience. Shorty, she like the pop.
Yo, off-white, off Jamaican, she phones my line whenever she spots a pagan. Oh, she my ride or die. Her body make him say, oh my, what? Wrist looking, oh my, cool cause. Her body make it again, take time and pause.
Your ears still very much to the ground in terms of artists that are doing their thing right now. What artists in the scene right now excite you, ones that are coming through?
Part of Paper is, you know, a classic that is just waiting to happen, you know. I'm looking forward for people to really, you know, digest what he's about to do. I was listening to this young lad from Birmingham last night, found him for the first time, called Stardom. I'm a fan of Section Boys and what they've been doing. I like the vibe. Young Jay Huss, the Chip and Bugsy situation is an exciting time for music, and I think it's honing people in on a craft of, let's be an MC, and the craft of being an MC. Yeah, it's an empowering and inspiring time, and I'm always keeping a watchful eye on it. It inspires me.
Now, you mentioned to me earlier something that I thought was like, whoa. When you're writing songs, a lot of times you'll write bars and then transfer that into like singing the bars. How'd you go about doing that?
That started when I was about 15, 16. I'd already been singing all my choruses. I used to produce a lot when I was a kid. I used to produce all my own beats. So when I used to go and perform them, I had no one to sing any hooks. So I used to sing it myself. And then over time, I realized that people were listening to the lyrics in the choruses, but not really taking in what I was spitting in the verses. I could always play guitar from a kid, so I started performing with the guitar and spitting verses and singing the choruses. That's when I first came over to London, and I noticed even just being with the guitar, people were listening to the choruses more. So eventually, over time, I just adopted a kind of a singing twang to my spitting, and that just developed into writing full-blown song singing. And spitting and writing in verse form and in poetry form like that is how I write the majority of my music.
What's good with it? It's your boy Tino, Kamal. And I just went to pick up some Supply and Demand. So I'm gonna give you a quick review, see what's popping with them dope drops. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got for drop 1. Here we got the navy mouse hood. Likes. The thermostatic interior, quilted front, and the thick zips. Here we got the black and white thick quilted biker hoodie. Wave. Likes. The black and white colorway, the biker cut, and the gold zips. Drop 3 in it. Here we got the barrel jog khakis in the olive green colorway. Sick. Likes. I'm liking the low crotch zips and the quilted leather material on the side of the hips and the adjustable pulley. Blue Magic hoodie, 4 yikes. Olives, 4.5 yikes. Black and white hoodie. 4.5, yikes. Yikes!
Yikes, thanks for that, Tino, Kamal. More dope drops right here on the wrap-up, and next week, that guy's always getting it in. What's life like for Maverick Sabre? How much has life changed for you, bro?
It's changed in a certain way, you know, it's changed in a certain way. I'm fairly, like, a simple man, you know, so in my daily activity, nothing really much has changed. The blessing of, you know, being able to create a living out of music in the last couple of years for me has given me the freedom to create freely and focus solely on my music and not have to focus on anything else, which is, for me, is the biggest change and is the biggest blessing. But apart from that, you'll still see me down a pub sipping a pint of Guinness, so don't worry about that.
And what about the later game, Mav? What's the later game saying since things have popped off for you?
We always appreciate, we don't want to say too much, but we always appreciate women, you know what I mean? Got a lot of love to give.
Still to come on the show this week, we've got an exclusive acoustic performance from Maverick Sabre and all the gossip from our US correspondent, Valerie Lora. Oh, shit. What artist inspired you on the up? Because a lot of people don't really know how immersed in the whole rap grime scene you were.
Oh, of course, like, for me, hip-hop is my heart and soul is how I express myself, you know what I mean? For me, growing up, Kalashnikov, Skinny Man, that era, Black Twang were big influences, especially Kalashnikov and Skinny Man. Dizzy was a big influence growing up, Boy in the Corner, Kano's first record. And then on top of everything, you know, soul, a lot of reggae, Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Born and Spear, a lot of that.
This one's one of my favorite questions. Right. Top 5 UK records of all time.
All right.
Start with number 5.
Number 5, in no order, yeah?
Nah, it has to be in order.
It has to be in order?
Yeah. You get a real insight into a person with these records, I think.
Right. Kano, Signs in Life. Dizzy, Sitting Here. Kalashnikov, Murder. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold Kalashnikov back.
Number 3.
Black Twang, So Rotten.
That's a big one.
Skinny Man, Council State of Mind. Kalashnikov,
Murder. That's a big number 5.
Of course.
Unspeakable horror with lyrics lethal like Bora, leave you leaking on the floor, star. That's why I don't watch no talk. I read auras and books written by forbidden government authors.
Hey Charlie, it's Valerie Lora here with all this week's gossip from New York City. So I guess we'll kick off this week's gossip roundup with Drake's Hotline Bling memes.
Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need
Drake also wants you to know where he gets his dance moves from. He gets it from his daddy. So just when you thought the beef with Meek was dead and buried, Meek fired back during a show in Philly.
Was that a joke? No, I got the hottest chick in the game.
And there's this snippet doing the rounds of Meek jumping on the back-to-back beat. Is there gonna be a new Drake diss record surfacing soon? Nick Cannon gave Chris Brown a very big compliment when he Instagrammed this, saying that Michael Jackson plus Tupac equal Chris Brown. I kinda get it, as he does have the MJ singing and dancing talent, and definitely the Tupac attitude. Collab albums are the hottest trend in hip-hop right now, so be sure to check out the new mixtape, Coke Zoo, from Fetty Wap and French Montana.
Get yours, I'ma get mine.
The songs were mostly recorded in August while the two were on the Chris Brown tour. Also, Fetty Wap returned to the stage for the first time since his motorcycle accident. I'm Valerie Lora, that's all for this week. Until next week, Charlie.
Thanks for that, Valerie Lora. More gossip from our US correspondent next week, right here on the wrap-up. The album's out today. Let's talk about the album, bro. What can people expect from this body of work?
You can expect a matured me. You can expect always soul as the foundation of what I've written. I don't mean soul as in specifically soul music, but I mean when you listen to my music, I'm honest, I'll tell you everything, and you get everything from me. I don't hide anything, I don't pretend to be anything. I am what I am, and I say it truthfully within my music, and that's why I want to connect with people through that. And you see a journey, a 3-year journey of a young man who was 22, came into an industry and needed to step back and learn more about himself. He thought he knew everything about the world and really didn't know anything at all. And that's kind of, that was the process of writing the 13 tunes on my album, was to find out more about myself and grow up.
Now, what features have we got on the album?
Got Joey Badass, of course, and we've got Chronics, if anyone's familiar with reggae at the minute and the kind of uplifting, conscious reggae that's coming out of Jamaica right now.
And he's that guy right now.
Yeah, it's like the Prince of Jamaica over there, you know.
Now, it seems like you've got a great relationship with Joey.
Yeah.
How does that relationship come about?
It was when his 1999 mixtape was out. Someone said, oh, Joey Badass has posted lyrics that I need on his Twitter, so I gave him a shout, said I'm a fan. He was a fan, and we connected first time he came to London, and every time I've gone to New York, we've connected. Every time he comes here, we connect, and it's a brotherly thing, you know. I know all his family around him, and he knows mine, and it's a different connection like that. So we've just been creating music since we first met, really. You know? I'm very particular about people on my own album. That's why I had no one on my first album, because it needed to be my statement. Bringing people onto my album is like bringing someone into me home. You know, if they're not the right energy, I don't click with them, then I can't have them. You know, it's not just for the success of a song to get a feature, a forced feature. It needs to, really mean something to me. And the two of them are my brothers, so that's why I've got them on.
Brother, it's been an absolute pleasure, man.
Always
good to see you, brother. And we've got an exclusive live performance of Come Fly With Me right now. Maverick Sabre, take to the stage, brother. Your time.
That child now could be gone in the morning without even a warning. And when I'm gone, will you remember this? And even through the warring and the rain as it pours in, when I'm gone, will you remember this? So come fly away somewhere. Been here for days wanting when nothing has changed for you, and you're tired and you don't want to live like this. Come fly away somewhere. We've been here for days wanting when nothing has changed for you, and you're tired and you don't want to live like this. Little rose that has grown through these concrete streets, all alone, you're a soldier through these politics. Have us facing all this hatred, now we've lost our minds. You see the races on the stations, can you see their signs? Now I could be gone in the morning without even a warning. And when I'm gone, will you remember this? Now, and even through the warring and the rain as it pours in, when I'm gone, will you remember this? I said, come fly away, son. We've been here for days wanting when nothing has changed for you. You're tired and you don't want to live like this. Come fly away somewhere. We've been here for days wanting. Oh, no, yeah. Come fly away somewhere. We've been here for days wanting when nothing has changed for you. And you're tired and you don't want to live like this. Come fly away somewhere. We've been here for days wanting when nothing has changed for you. And you're tired and you don't want to live like this.